It is 8 p.m. and here are tonight's top stories. A judge strikes down the federal mask mandate for planes, trains, and any form of public transportation.
It caused controversy. They're saying this and they're saying that. It's like contradicting.
Tonight, we clear up the confusion for travelers as we await a possible appeal from the Biden administration.
This is obviously a disappointing decision.
Plus, police need your help finding a 71-year-old woman missing since the weekend. And a dangerous intersection plagues an East Denver neighborhood.
I don't know how you curtail stupidity.
Cars running red lights and slamming into other drivers. People living there say it's been an issue for decades.
Since 1988, I've just seen so many collisions here.
Now they're contacting Denver 7 for help slowing things down.
What I want to see happen is that we just get some accountability and some common sense changes for these streets.
Good evening and thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm Jacqueline Allen.
I'm Danny New. Tonight, a federal judge in Florida has struck down the federal mask mandate, saying the CDC overstepped its authority.
The travel mask mandate was originally set to expire today, but the Biden administration had just extended it for 2 more weeks because of a spike in new cases in 34 states, including Colorado.
So TSA says that they will not enforce masks in public transportation and transportation hubs. DIA is also no longer enforcing it. However, RTD tells us it will adhere to the federal mandate until further notice.
Denver 7's CB Cotton joins us now from Denver International Airport. CB, with how airlines are responding.
Danny and Jacqueline, there's a lot of confusion from passengers, but most people here at DIA are still wearing the mask. So this afternoon we learned that masks are now optional for Delta, American Airlines, United, Southwest, and Frontier passengers. As for getting through security, ABC News is reporting that an administration official has said the judge's ruling means TSA will not enforce the mask mandate. Some passengers say all of this has made for confusing travel.
It caused controversy because they're saying this and they're saying that, and then we have to do what they say. So it's like a mixture. It's like contradicting. It's like a lot of stuff going on. Oh, don't do this, don't do that, and then we have to listen to both.
And coming up on Denver 7 News at 10, we'll take a closer look at how all of this is impacting travel through DIA today. Reporting from DIA, I'm CB Cotton for Denver 7 News on Local 3.
Thank you, CB. The White House also says it is assessing the potential next steps on the federal mask order. The CDC is still recommending that everyone wear masks on public transportation.
We have an alert tonight for a missing 71-year-old woman with a cognitive impairment who hasn't been seen since Saturday morning. Here she is on your screen now. Her name is Soon-Yi Chung. She was last seen near the intersection of East Jewel Avenue and South Dahlia Street in Denver. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation said she is familiar with RTD and may have used it as transportation. If you know anything, they of course ask that you immediately call 911.
And Denver police are investigating tonight after multiple shots were fired near the state capitol building this evening. The capitol was under a shelter-in-place order at one point that has since been lifted. Witnesses told our crew at the scene that a man fired at another person after an argument. One person was reportedly grazed by a bullet, but police say no one is in custody at this time.
Well, it's been almost a year since 10-year-old Gavin Cecil died in a crash in Brighton. His mom was driving the car and admitted to drinking before the crash. She also failed the sobriety test. Today, she was sentenced. Karina Cecil was sentenced to 10 years in jail today with credit for 354 days already served. She pled guilty to reckless vehicular homicide charges, but her DUI vehicular homicide charge was dismissed.
Thornton police are looking for a minivan driver who crashed into a motorcyclist this weekend and drove away. We want to tell you the motorcyclist is okay before we show you this video. It's disturbing. The whole thing was caught on dash cam, sent to contact Denver 7. You can see the white minivan swerve across multiple lanes on I-25 in Thornton before cutting off another minivan and the motorcyclist. Now, it's amazing when you see the video, but that rider was wearing a helmet, did not need to be taken to the hospital. Police say the white Toyota Sienna behind the crash has temporary plates and front end damage on the passenger side.
An intersection off East Colfax is a big problem with drivers speeding and running red lights. You can tell from these photos all taken near 14th and Syracuse.
Yeah, just this Saturday, a man was killed at that intersection. Neighbors tell us the driver who crashed into the victim's car ran the red light.
Denver 7's Patrick Perez spoke to a neighbor today who said it's been a problem for more than 3 decades.
A car crash in Denver's East Colfax neighborhood ended in tragedy Sunday afternoon after police say a man was killed.
It's the worst crash I've seen.
Matt Pierce and his wife heard the crash from their home nearby and rushed out to help.
My wife checked the person in the car to make sure that they were actually deceased or if they needed, assistance, and they clearly were deceased.
On Monday, debris remained scattered on the front lawn of Kurt Dahlin's home. He says the driver who crashed into the man's car ran the red light.
Since 1988, I've just seen so many collisions here, and it is indicative of what we see here quite often.
Neighbors say drivers speeding through and running the lights, both on Syracuse and the 13th and 14th cross streets, has been a years-long issue.
I've been able to see how much worse it really is because I'm home all day long.
Matt has snapped photo after photo after photo.
I stopped taking them after a while, but easily 40 plus.
Showing just how bad the problem is.
I have a real concern for my community. It's not just that I feel that I don't feel safe walking my neighborhood anymore. It's that I worry about the people that I see in this neighborhood who regularly walk here every day.
Even passing drivers wanted to let us know how they feel about it.
I live right down the street. This is where the corner crashes all the time.
Matt has reached out to the Department of Transportation and Infrastructure before. We reached out to Dottie to ask how it's addressing these long-standing concerns. In a statement, a spokesperson says the Dottie team will review the police report from this crash and visit the site to determine if there are any near-term or long-term engineering improvements that can be made. These neighbors hope something is done sooner than later.
What I want to see happen is that we just get some accountability and some common sense changes for these streets that make sense to try to, prevent this from happening again.
Patrick Perez, Denver 7.
Thanks, Patrick. And Denver police say the deadly crash is still under investigation and no charges have been filed at this time.
The U.S. Forest Service is setting up a national incident management team to handle potential festivities from the group Rainbow Family Living Light. This group tells us 80,000 people are planning to meet in Colorado this summer to celebrate their 50th anniversary, with no specific site chosen quite yet. Now, past gatherings from this group in Colorado have resulted in trespassing, illegal camping charges, and reported drug use. The Forest Service has put together a plan now to ensure environmental damage is minimized and the area is cleaned up after the celebration.
Well, it's the most wonderful day of the year, tax day.
Oh.
So just in case, you should know that payment must be mailed by midnight tonight, even if you file for an extension. If you do go the extension route, that will give you until October 17th to get paperwork in, but it's not an extension to not pay. You can get that extension by creating an online account with the IRS to set up a payment plan. And if you need some last-minute help, you can get free assistance through Mile High United Way. You can just call 211 or visit taxhelpco.org.
Coming up on Denver 7 News at 8, a new approach to preventing deadly overdoses.
Many city agencies are looking towards how do we get these into the hands of the people that need them.
What the city's doing to protect those re-entering society.
It's going to be a windy and warm Tuesday, and with that, the fire danger is going to be high.
And these young airport aficionados go viral for their impression of a very well-known recording.
This train is departing to all A, B, and C gates. Hold on.